This is the kind of life on the water that so many people dream of. Sure, it all started with just a shabby bamboo raft. But after a full year of this man's hard work, he's now living a comfortable, happy life without a care in the world. He's also raising a bunch of birds and animals. He literally turned a survival challenge into a vacation. But the story really begins on day one. Fed up with endless overtime, our guy Dave just wanted to build a home in the wilderness with his dog. Compared to your typical boring old shelter, he knew that floating on a scenic river was the coolest way to live. So you can see Dave sawing the bamboo logs one by one, until they're all cut into individual pieces. Next, with a few chops, he felled a perfectly straight tree. It's easy to see that he's getting ready to build a wooden raft. He uses logs to connect everything. And just like that, he has a giant platform. He keeps working with the bamboo. And soon he has a comfortable slatted floor all finished. As for building the actual living quarters, using these thick logs is definitely the best way to go. He just needs to cut precise notches into them after aligning them. And they're immediately ready to use. Although the prep work seems a bit complicated, it's a smart investment of time that will pay off in the long run. Watching his masterpiece slowly come together, Dave feels a huge burst of motivation. As the logs are arranged and put in place, a classic A-frame structure begins to take shape. Say what you will, but you can tell that once the house is done, it's going to be an amazing place to live. To finish the roof installation, the resourceful Dave even thought to use the principle of leverage. And just like that, after some time, the roof installation was finally complete. From the huge empty spaces in the structure, you can easily tell this little boat still has a lot of potential for upgrades. Here's what Dave has in mind for the design. First, he continues to lay down the floorboards, one by one, until he's finished a perfectly flat platform. To avoid having to redo things later, Dave made sure every step was done with absolute perfection. He didn't cut any corners. His main focus is on being meticulous and thorough. When he has some free time, he builds a stone stove. Grilling up a few river clams is a nice way to relax. You know, a good balance of work and rest is essential. That's the right way to approach life in the wild. As you can see, the basic structure of the small boat is mostly finished. Although the overall layout is still a bit rough, it's more than enough for him to live in. With some daylight still left, Dave quickly installs the walls and railings. This should provide some protection from the wind and keep water out. He then rewards himself with a new wooden door. With that, The planning for the living area is done for now. The small boat is still a long way from being ready to set sail. To get the results he wants, Dave doesn't dare to slack off for even a moment. He's constantly improving this small boat every day. His creative work is very impressive. It can add a lot of enjoyment to an otherwise dull life. Next up are the guardrails. Life on the water has a lot of uncertainties, so these are absolutely essential. He then adds a few green plants for decoration. Suddenly, the little boat feels full of life. And just like that, another day goes by. After thinking it over, Dave decides to install guardrails on the main hull as well. This not only looks better, but it also adds a layer of safety to protect him. After all, the mountains are full of resources. Even a random rotting palm tree can be hollowed out and used to improve the little boat. Things like wild mountain palm, shoots. He transplants all of them onto his raft. If you want to live in the wild long term, focusing on growing your own food is a really good idea. This small boat has gradually become more livable. But to achieve a high-quality lifestyle, Dave is still busy building and improving things every day. You can see he uses bamboo strips for the roof and bamboo poles for the wall panels. He quickly builds a mini shelter. Don't get the wrong idea. This isn't a doghouse. It's a standard kitchen. After all, out in the wild, the weather is extremely unpredictable. Having this makes starting a fire and cooking much more convenient. After all these days of hard work, it's time to properly reward himself. You can see Dave drilling into a log. Then he cuts a small piece of sheet metal, fits it precisely into the chamber, and then secures it firmly with screws. Is this guy planning to build a spear gun from scratch? We don't know for sure. We wouldn't dare to ask. Anyway, from the looks of it, it's something impressive. He continues by making a pair of swimming goggles. Without a word, Dave dives into the water. After searching for half an hour, a large fish is quickly locked in his sights. It looks like it weighs at least 6 or 7 pounds. He shouldn't have to worry about food for a while. Part of it is smoked for preservation. The other part is a direct reward for himself. What can you do? This is life in the wild. You have to always keep your energy and willpower at their peak. That's how you can plan ahead and survive for the long haul. Yesterday, Dave built the initial prototype of his aircraft carrier. He also, rewarded himself with a grilled fish to continuously improve his quality of survival. He's still working hard today, taking advantage of bamboo's high flexibility. He quickly finishes making a dining table. Of course, matching benches are also a must. Say what you will, but his craftsmanship is actually pretty good. Even though he's surviving on the water, there's no rule saying you can't go on land to gather supplies. Things like cassava and yams, you can just dig them up without a problem. In just a few moments, he's sorted out tonight's dinner. This just proves that life in the wild is just that simple. After some more time, another day has passed. Today, Dave is full of energy as always. Considering the aircraft carrier is too bulky, and docking it consumes a lot of calories each time. To solve this age-old problem, he decides to quickly build an escort ship. This way, he can detach from the main base and work independently anytime. It seems that being good with your hands really lets you do whatever you want in the wild. Well, what do you know? This unique propulsion system replaces the traditional paddle. He's turning a simple water survival challenge into something that feels like a vacation. A tiny boat with unlimited power. On these green waters, it's like a dragonfly skimming the surface. After a little test run, Dave also uses some natural paint to give his throne a beautiful new coat. Maybe this stuff can even help prevent corrosion. You never know. Say what you will, but with this quality of life, even I want to go and stay there for a few days. Now, with the help of the small boat, transporting materials is a piece of cake. Not only does it save a huge amount of time and energy, he's also getting a bicep workout. That's right, these bundled up bamboo poles are for expanding this very aircraft carrier. After connecting it to the main body, he just has to build a deck using the same old method. This method is simple, effective, and gives immediate results. In theory, he can infinitely expand his living space. He lays down the floorboards neatly, then uses bamboo strips to clamp them to prevent them from coming loose. The focus is on a traditional, down-to-earth approach. In the space left in the center, Dave quickly assembles a wooden frame. What is this guy planning to do now? We have no idea, really. In any case, it looks like it's going to be something amazing. As the edges are completely enclosed with bamboo, the sky unknowingly starts to pour down rain. Luckily, it's the middle of summer right now, so even getting soaked is no big deal. You can see Dave lowering the device into the water. Could this be a giant fish trap? It looks more like a small swimming pool. Whatever, as long as you're happy, Dave. Once he starts, he just can't stop. This guy is like a perpetual motion machine. One thing after another, in less than half an hour. He's rewarded himself with a new basket. The square design, complete with a sunshade, is actually really cool and stylish. As everyone knows, the jungle is rich with usable resources. Let's see, what kind of goods Dave is planning to get today. Fresh and tender bamboo shoots. Delicious and nutritious. He'll definitely take those. And look, it seems a couple of baby birds fell from their nest under this big tree. If he leaves them here, they probably won't make it to the next episode. So he's taking them with him. He also grabs some wild tubers while he's at it. And just like that, another perfect meal for the day is sorted out. It's all wild and completely organic, so you know it's safe to eat. But there's an even more important reason for this trip. He needs more companions on his aircraft carrier. It's time to add some new members. And Defa's method is, once again, simple and direct. He's making a net trap to catch them. Success or failure now all comes down to his skill. Let's wait and see how he does. Holy cow! Was it really that simple? And he caught a rooster and a hen. Looks like this guy is on his way to achieving egg independence. This trip was a massive success. This kind of life is way better than the daily grind. Now, for all you sharp-eyed viewers out there, are these chickens actually wild? Or did the production team just put them there? The other day, Defa recruited a new rooster and hen. And he also rescued those helpless baby birds to make them feel welcome in his little family. He's got to get them set up with some good food and a proper home. This empty spot on the side of the raft seems perfect. It's more than enough space to build a deluxe chicken coop. When it comes to his building skills, you can always count on Defa. The structures he builds are not only durable, but they look pretty amazing too. With just a few scraps of bamboo and old wood, he can whip up a Chinese-style pavilion in no time. With its forward-thinking design and luxurious exterior, even a dog would be begging for one of these. He even adds a little functioning door. The whole thing took less than 2 hours. Now the chickens no longer have to worry about sleeping out in the open. You have to admit, this guy is really going the extra mile just to get some fresh eggs. Now that they have a place to stay, he has to make sure their food is up to the same high standard. Dafa has his eyes set on this fallen palm tree. All he has to do is split it open to get to the rich food source inside. He also grabs a few more bamboo shoots. You know, those are his absolute favorite. This whole setup is great, but the round trip to shore is just too long. If only he could find a reliable used vehicle platform to get a good deal on a car for getting around. That would be even better. He prepares a nutritious meal for the chickens and the baby birds, hoping they'll settle into their new home quickly. As for these pieces of hollowed-out bark, Defa plans to put them to good use too. That's right. By fixing them around his pond, they can be used as natural planters, adding a little splash of color to his life. This guy might look a bit rough around the edges, but his sense of style is seriously on point. Even out here in the middle of nowhere, raising birds and appreciating flowers are still essential. Time has passed, and he's been living out here for over a month now, to achieve that high-quality lifestyle he's after. This guy is still busy building and creating every single day. He's always planning his next move. Slow and steady progress is the right way to master wilderness survival. Now that the pond has been finished for a few days, it's time to finally put it to use. Instead of traditional fishing methods, Defa prefers to think outside the box. So on this beautiful sunny day, with a gentle breeze, he decides to spend a little time to create a permanent solution for catching fish efficiently. As you can see from the video, this is a large-scale fish trap. It's completely handmade, so you know the quality is top-notch. He just needs to build a movable gate like this, and it'll be a highly effective trap once it's in place. Now let's see exactly how this guy gets such a smooth connection. So, what do you think? Are you blown away by this guy's incredible crafting skills? He puts some bait inside, and the rest is just a waiting game. The best part about this setup is that it frees up his hands to work on other things. Whether it works or not is all up to fate. And what do you know? He had barely put it in the water, and there's already some action. After just one afternoon, Daifa has already caught 2 big ones. One of them he can raise in his pond, and the other one, well, that's about to become a delicious meal. After all, you can't live on bamboo shoots alone. He needs to get some more nutrients in his diet. A simple charcoal grill is all it takes to cook it. This method preserves the natural flavor of the food. Maybe that's the secret to how Daifa stays so handsome and clear-skinned. And just like that, a few more days go by. The plants are starting to get lush and green, to give them something to climb on. This guy thoughtfully built a bamboo trellis. Whether or not he'll be eating organic vegetables soon, all depends on this harvest. But even if that doesn't work out, the trellis is perfect for air drying other supplies. All in all, it's a win-win situation. There are many ways to survive long-term in the wild. But this kind of innovative spirit is always the best way to go. Rain or shine, he's always working towards a better tomorrow. With no one to rely on, everything he builds is done with his own 2 hands. That's all him. These bamboo tubes might look old and worn, but in Daifa's eyes, they've still got another year or 2 of life in them. Just like before, he connects them end to end and starts another round of expanding his territory. Everything is moving forward right on schedule. Everything is thriving and flourishing. It's no exaggeration to say, if you gave him a partner, he could probably start a whole new civilization. Daifa is slowly starting to feel the warmth of a home out here in the wild. Today, he's still fighting for that better tomorrow, taking advantage of the versatility of bamboo and wood. He continues the systematic expansion of his aircraft carrier. This way, even while living on the water, he can achieve farming freedom. That's right. This guy is planning to plant some rice today. After all, it's the most reliable source of carbs. You have to admit, Daifa's survival strategy is incredibly clear. Not only is every step he takes well planned and steady, but he also knows how to think ahead and prepare for the future. His success is no accident. Besides his own hard work and intelligence, the incredible natural environment is also a huge factor. After all, the land along the river is rich with resources. Making it through is a breeze. Since the rotating fish trap he made earlier was too bulky, today he's decided to rethink his design and try a little lateral thinking. This fully optimized fish trap is small and clever. It can work around the clock, and it still frees up his hands to do other work. With some free time on his hands, why not catch some river crabs? It's a great idea. At this point, Defa isn't just surviving anymore. He's truly enjoying life. Just like that, half an hour goes by. And on this trip, he didn't just catch a bunch of crabs. He also managed to catch a huge 9-pound carp. What a massive haul. With an excited heart and trembling hands, Defa heads straight back to his base. He'll raise the carp for a special occasion. Today, he'll take care of these crabs. One crunchy bite after another. They have 2.5 times the protein of beef. After eating, he's bursting with energy. He polishes them off in just a few bites, and Defa decides it's time to walk it off. He grabs his little sidekick and sets off immediately. He just finished eating these, so now he's sick of the sight of them. Even if his dog is begging for a snack, it's no use. After all, they're more shell than meat. Eating too many can cause indigestion, and they're not great for your teeth. Maybe he'll have them again some other time. He casually collected some logs and took a few bamboo tubes. Defa returned fully loaded, driving his east windbreaks. This pace of life, not too fast and not too slow, is exactly the relaxed feeling he has been searching for. Back at camp, he immediately started expanding it again. Steady development is the only way to gradually expand his sphere of influence. That's right, by building a deck out from the living area. This kid plans to develop a second living quarter. Using his usual method, he neatly laid down the logs. Next, he processed the bamboo tubes into a mat. He just needs to secure the edges, and the floating platform will soon be ready for use. He continued to build the Chinese-style roof. The small hut is rising up at a speed you can see with your own eyes. No kidding. With skills like these, he could live out here in the wilderness forever. After a session of hammering and banging, the extended area is complete. The vegetables he planted a while ago have also reached harvest season. Purely natural, fresh and juicy. They taste incredibly authentic. After a short break, Eva started the finishing touches. He used logs to create partitions and built retaining walls with bamboo strips. After a whole afternoon of hard work, the pavilion was finally complete. The roller blind windows are full of style. He can cozy up inside to sip some tea and feel the gentle breeze. This is what life in the wild is all about. Now that he has a place to shelter from the wind and rain, the previous stove seems unnecessary. By dismantling it, not only does he improve his living space, but future cooking sessions will also be more proper. Look at this incredibly smooth construction technique. It's as if every single move has been carefully thought out. The resulting stove is square and beautiful. Perhaps from now on, even cooking will become a pleasure. He swiftly started a blazing fire. Daifa decisively started his mealtime. Bamboo shoots paired with apple snails. As long as you cook them long enough, they are perfectly safe to eat. Time flies. Wang Defa has been in this area, living on the water for several months now. As the saying goes, a life as busy as an ox means no rest until you're old. Living alone in the wild, whether it's clothing, food, and shelter, or just daily necessities, he can only rely on his own hardworking hands. Although the kid has already achieved some success to pursue a higher quality of life, he still chooses to keep building every day. Today is gloomy and rainy. The weather is bad, so he might as well stay home and work on some inventions. A bamboo torch serves as a container. Then he uses bamboo poles and branches. This way, he not only completes the railing, but this thing can also be used to plant flowers and herbs. It's a perfect way to kill two birds with one stone. After all, this kid has always cared about green. Plant coverage. If nothing else, it looks quite vibrant and full of life. Watching his own masterpiece being constantly improved, a sense of accomplishment instantly fills Defa's heart. These leftover materials cannot be wasted either. Making full use of everything is the ultimate goal of wilderness life. He stripped the outer bark and drilled precise holes. After a session of hammering, a storage shelf quickly took shape. Square, beautiful, traditional, and down to earth. He also added a small door. The style factor was instantly elevated. With its addition, the kitchen will no longer be messy. On a day with perfect sun and a gentle breeze, Defa occasionally cultivates his artistic side. He's been good at fishing since he was a kid. Not only do they bite the hook quickly, but it also takes care of dinner. Considering he's tired of the usual grilled fish, today he decided to try a whole new recipe. The fresh aroma of bamboo shoots wraps the tender fish. This combination of mountain and sea elevates an otherwise ordinary ingredient and brings out a different kind of low-key luxury. When the dog saw this delicacy, he immediately started dancing on the spot. It was like he was shouting that he really picked the right owner this time. Looking at the natural fishing spot before him, Dicey's mind started racing again. Since he was idle anyway, he decided to go big this time. That's right, to solve the fishing problem once and for all. He knew that net fishing was the right way to go. He quickly carved a netting needle. The kid quickly started a test of his hand speed. Friends who have woven nets before know patience is very important. Staying calm and steady. Every stitch is just right. That's how you weave a more durable fishing net. Just like that, Defa spent a full half day. The first fishing net of his bamboo raft career was a great success. During his free time, Defa also fixed the missing part of the deck. This way, the activity area was expanded once again. And so, another day passed. He finally began the official fishing process. However, compared to the traditional method of casting a net, the kid prefers to use his own special trick. He attached movable joints to 4 supports. Then he took out the roller bracket he used before. He just needs to stretch the fishing net out like this to be able to release and retract it with one move. It saves time, effort, and is highly efficient. So now the question is, How do you get the fish in the water to swim right into the net? Good question. As everyone knows, fish are very easily influenced by light. So he just needs to hang up a small night light, and they will gather here in schools. It's a simple case of intellectual superiority. Achieving the freedom to eat fish in the wild is just that simple. The freshly caught small fish are processed at light speed, fried until completely tender and crisp, paired with the small chili peppers he grew himself. The crispy texture is beyond words. So what do you think of the handsome and skilled Defa? Do you love him yet? Yesterday, he had a wonderful meal of fried fish with bamboo shoots. That delicious flavor was truly unforgettable. Today, he feels much more nimble while working. Using his master-level weaving skills, Defa rewarded himself with a small back basket. Without stopping, he started gathering supplies again. He has always been wandering along the shore. Today, he decided to explore inland. And it's a good thing he did. One look and a whole new world opened up to him. The bamboo shoots deep in the jungle are bigger and more tender. He even discovered the ruins of a mountaintop dwelling. Suddenly, Defa seemed to hear something. As he got closer, he saw two kittens crying out for food. This caught him completely off guard. Leaving them alone was definitely not an option. Without much thought, Defa immediately extended a hand of justice. Two adorable and cute little things. Since he found them in a cave, he decided to name them Big Egg and Second Egg. As usual, he prepared a delicious breakfast for them. After this meal, we are now a family. Now the camp has new members. Although these cats and dogs can provide a lot of emotional support, it also means there are more mouths to feed. So Defa started collecting supplies more frequently. He tossed in a few wild berries. Then he arranged some mountain crabs. There are so many edible things in the jungle. It's unbelievable. Rich in nutrients, and with a sweet and sour taste. It was truly a bountiful harvest of fruits. Since it is still early, the ever-restless Defa started working. With his hand-polished bamboo tubes again, he sliced the decayed log into sections. With a burst of high-speed hammering, a large flower pot was quickly built. He has to keep up with the planting. After all, the green coverage of the living area has always been very important. Tonight, he is destined to eat a grand feast. The variety of ingredients is amazing. To be able to eat such a luxurious meal in the wild is truly a delight. Although it doesn't look like much in terms of presentation, but the taste is definitely okay. Joyful and harmonious, flourishing and prosperous. In this moment, the word happiness has become tangible. New day, new vibe. The rice is also slowly starting to sprout. Looking at the masterpiece he's worked on for over half a year, a sense of accomplishment instantly washes over Dafa. Considering there's not much to do early in the morning, he decided to start on a small invention. After all, if this guy doesn't find something to do for a day, he feels restless. And just like that, with his skillful touch, a few bamboo tubes are quickly assembled into a base. After using bamboo strips to form a panel on top, a small and practical tea tray is successfully completed. While he's at it, he cuts another piece of bamboo, and a tea set gradually begins to take shape, although it looks a bit rough on the outside. But you have to admit, it's more than good enough to get the job done. He casually picks a few small gourds. Today, this guy decided to treat himself for once. There's plenty of stock in the fish pond. Looks like he's going to have another great meal today. After all, this guy knows how to plan for the future, so he never has to worry about food. Finding different ways to please himself. That way, even living alone in the wild, he won't feel lonely or depressed. Being able to achieve this quality of life in the wild is all thanks to 6 months of constant hard work. After all this time, this old raft, the east wind, is about ready to retire. While it's still barely holding together, Dafa decides to gather some high-quality materials and build a new warship for himself. This flat log is pretty good. It's tough and very buoyant. It can be used as the material for the boat's hull. He cuts off the ends, leaving only the relatively straight parts. Next up is the long process of cutting. If you want to build a durable little boat, patience is key. Being fully prepared is the best way to avoid a lot of problems later on. Besides that, Dafa also collected a large amount of mysterious branches. It can act as a natural adhesive to help with the boat's construction. This is a long and laborious process. There are no blueprints. Every step has to be calculated in his head countless times. Say what you will, Dafa's construction technique looks pretty professional. Just like that, after a lot of piecing, fitting, and hammering, The bed plate base is successfully completed. He continues to assemble the hull partitions. They are like the purlins of a house, bearing subtle but important forces, while ensuring the overall assembly later on. They also greatly increase its lifespan. Although the construction method seems a bit primitive, but it's the most effective way. After all, you can't lose the traditional skills. As the panels are fitted tightly one by one, the overall structure of the boat is gradually taking shape. He then gives it a detailed polish. This will minimize drag as much as possible, thus increasing the sailing speed and reducing physical exertion. He continues to assemble the deck piece by piece. The construction of the small boat is slowly coming to an end. Completely handmade. The quality is trustworthy. As long as it's maintained regularly, it should easily last for 3 to 5 years without any problem. What do you think? Dafa's skills are pretty impressive, right? Seeing that everything is ready now, Dafa can't wait to launch it into the water. As everyone knows, theory must be tested by practice. And the facts have proven that the construction of this small boat was very successful. The streamlined hull reduces water resistance to a maximum. Even moving forward with a heavy load is no problem. To be honest, it's way better than the old east wind. Yesterday, Wang Defa gave his all to build a sturdy and reliable small wooden boat. With its addition, life on the water will be even better. The icing on the cake. After all, everything Defa has now, the rice he planted a few months ago, is suddenly ready for harvest. Thriving. A picture of peace. A happy life for Wang Defa. You can see him cutting it strand by strand, then spreading it out to dry, thinking about eating rice soon. Dafa is just beyond excited. He quickly makes a threshing rack, so he can easily separate the grains. Who would have thought that out here on the water, he could also enjoy the fun of threshing grain? That's something I never expected. During his spare time, he casually gathers some more snails. Dafa has taken the balance of work and rest to a new level. After all, this stuff has firm meat, Soft and chewy. Paired with some organic fruits and vegetables, it tastes even better. You could say you just eat one after another without a word. We don't know about the taste, but the creativity is really creative. It was just an ordinary meal, but this guy somehow turned it into a fancy feast. Say what you will, it looks pretty good. After a simple meal, full of energy, this guy, without any warning, starts showing off his skills again. Exquisite technique. Supermodel level patience. Big and second egg are just staring in amazement. He weaves the bamboo strips together until they form a beautiful screen. As the edges are continuously tightened, a supersized cool mat is born. That's right, Defei is officially planning to use this thing to help him successfully eat delicious, fragrant rice. Of course, a handy tool is also essential. With the help of this 5-tined rake, he can make sure these hard-grown stalks, every single grain, can be evenly bathed in sunlight. After all, from planting to harvest is never an easy task. Time flies, and it's time to go shopping again. Grab a soft and waxy cassava, and a palm tree full of dietary fiber. Just as this guy was busy working, a sudden call caught his attention. He gets closer to take a look. Oh man, would you look at that? We don't know if these were props left here. But anyway, if you see it, you take it. He packed it all up to go. As usual, it was a huge haul. Defei was overjoyed and immediately headed back with his prize. His camp now looks just like a zoo. He had gathered all sorts of birds and beasts. He set them up with some food and water. Just like that, we're all one big family now. He then put them into the chicken coop he built earlier. Once they're used to the place, he'll let them out. Of course, the rice paddy is still a top priority. To be able to eat rice sooner, Defei started on a new round of construction. That's right, he's still missing a rice huller. Although it's not some high-tech gadget, trying to build one by yourself in the wild is not an easy task. You can see our guy here using an ancient carving method. He quickly rewarded himself with a wooden container. Then, using his expert-level crafting skills, he went ahead and built a man-powered rice huller. All you have to do is combine the two like this. And with that, the rice hulling machine was officially complete. Whether or not he could eat delicious steamed rice, all depended on this. The biggest advantage of doing this is that he can share his other food with all these birds and animals, making the absolute best use of his limited resources. And just like that, Wang Defei had been living in this watery region for over half a year without even realizing it. These days, he doesn't have to worry about food or clothing. He's living a free and happy life. He spends his days doing crafts to pass the time. Life was just incredibly satisfying and pleasant. Even without being on the grid or having electricity, nothing could stop his ambitious spirit. Using his expert-level crafting skills, he decided to reward himself with a completely handmade wok. Today, Daifa was determined to cook a big rice meal. And let me tell you, you won't believe this. To get this one meal, it took him a full 6 months. It just goes to show, if you work hard enough, even if you're in the middle of nowhere, you can still eat well and sleep soundly. He feeds the leftover rice bran to the animals. Resources out in the wild are so precious. So of course, not a single bit can be wasted. Look at these big white grains. They're crystal clear, and every grain is plump. But before thinking of himself, Daffy first thought of his big rooster. And all these hungry geese. As for the best of the rest, he had to use that to treat himself. What looks like an ordinary bowl of rice to us meant something very special to Dafa. After all, this was the result of all his hard work. He picked some fresh green vegetables and then caught 5 or 6 fish. Tonight's main course was successfully taken care of. The freshly caught fish was quickly prepared, and soon it was fried to a golden brown on both sides. I'm not exaggerating when I say this quality of life. If his neighbor saw it, he would cry his eyes out on the spot. The level of luxury was off the charts. It was almost enough to make the kid next door cry with envy. New day, new vibe. The temperature also started to gradually get colder. The little animals cared for by Dafa were full of energy every day. Thriving. A picture of peace. If he could just find himself a wilderness wife, then this little life of his would really take off. What didn't change was that every morning at 10, he would take his dogs into the jungle to wander around. Hey, time to get supplies. Just like usual, he was looking around here and there, when suddenly, this guy discovered something new again. After some careful observation, he successfully sensed a mysterious presence inside the tree hollow. Finding this thing in the wild is 99% pure luck. That's right, a beehive. This was definitely a sign of a bonus meal. Purely wild with no additives whatsoever. One bite could make you happy all day long. Do you think Dafa would just eat it all right there on the spot? You're wrong. After all, this guy's greatest trait is that he knows how to plan ahead, thinking for the future. Instead of one big meal, It's obviously a much better deal to have a steady supply. By building a beehive and expanding the colony, wouldn't that mean an endless supply of honey? He put together a box from a few pieces of scrap wood, and then made a few frames for the combs. After separating the honeycomb from inside the tree hollow, he carefully transplanted it into its new home. This method isn't risky. It's a pure and traditional old-school skill. After washing his handsome face, he decided to face this absolutely delicious meal, looking his absolute best. And just like that, another day passed. To make sure his planting area was diverse, today Defa decided to expand his territory once again, casually gathering some building materials. This guy quickly started a new round of expansion. He built platforms and joined logs together. With a bit of banging and hammering, Defa instantly had a few cubic planters. So, what exactly is this guy planning to plant? Sharp-eyed viewers, can you help us figure it out? Defa has been living in this area for almost a year now. To wrap things up perfectly, today he decided to go all out. To have a great meal. To properly reward himself for all his hard work. You guessed it. Although his life on the raft won't end, the video series about it is about to come to a close. We don't know why he stopped updating. But in any case, you don't need to worry about him, because this guy's survival skills are just too strong. From having nothing at the beginning, to building what is now a Noah's Ark, all the effort he put in has definitely paid off. It just goes to show, you reap what you sow. And that's true even out here in the wilderness.